Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video tutorial, I will show you how to insert multiple checkbox selected checked values into multiple tables. Now after I reload the browser, let's select the blue, black. I have selected only two checkbox values from these colors. Now I'm selecting banana and mango and grapes. Three checkbox controls I have selected from these fruits. And the rugby and running. I have selected only two checkbox from the sports. Let's insert values. Again I got the message record inserted successfully. Click OK and records are inserted. Let's check the table. We already added the black, red and blue. Let's click browse. See the black and blue we have selected. Now in the insert fruits, we already added one record before apple, banana, mango. Now let's check that the new values are inserted or not. So here banana, mango and grapes. We have selected three fruit names from the checkbox control, fruit checkbox controls. And the final step, before the sports name is not saving. Now let's insert browse. And here we got the sport names also. We have selected only two sports names, rugby and running. That's it. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before creating a new Django web application, first we'll create a new table and one store procedure in PHP MyAdmin database, which is MySQL server. I want to create a new tables in this sample DB database. Let's browse this database first. Right now, this database contains around 49 tables. Let's create a tables here. In SQL queries, create table. The first table name is insert colors. Insert colors is my first table name. The table values ID, integer type, primary key, and I'm adding the auto increment column. And the color name, COL name, varchar. The size of this column is 50. And I'm creating the second table. Let's copy this one, paste here, insert. The second table name is of fruits. So ID is the auto generate column. The second column name is a fruit name, which is a varchar. And I'm adding the third table, insert sports. And the column name ID and sport name varchar 50. That's it. I'm creating three tables and these three tables contains two columns, ID and column name. I'm creating three tables. Click go. And here the query is executed successfully. The three tables has been created successfully in this sample DB database. Let's browse the table first. In the tables, the first one is here the insert colors. Let's browse the table. I am opening in a new link, new tab. Insert fruits. In a new tab I am opening and insert fruits sports. Let's browse that one. And here we got the first table, insert colors, which contains two columns. Right now this table contains 0 rows. And the second table is the insert fruits, and the third table is the insert sports. All these three tables contains 0 rows. Now my aim is I want to insert the records into these three tables using checkboxes. So to insert records at a time in these three tables, we require one stored procedure. So the same database sample DB, there is a procedures folder. So here we already open. So open the procedures folder. In the procedures, come to the bottom, click add routine, and the routine name is multiple insert records is my store procedure name. The parameter is the direction is the input, so I'm inserting the values, and the name, the parameter name. Here the first one is the insert colors. Let's add the call name, and here call name, and the data type is a varchar, and the length I'm adding 50. Let's enter the second variable. The direction is the input type, and the insert colors, so color name, not color name, it's a insert fruits, fruit name, copy this one, fruit name, it's a varchar, and 50, and the last parameter we require the sport name. The data type is a varchar and the size is 50. Now in the definition, we'll add our insert statements. First, let's begin and end. Now between this begin and end, I'm inserting the record statement. Insert into the table name. The first table name is a insert records. Copy this one, paste here. The column name is a QL name. Values, I'm adding the parameter which is this one, call name. Add semicolon. Let's copy this one, paste here and paste here. The second table name is a insert fruits. Copy that one, insert fruits, and the column name is fruit name, fruit name, fruit name. And the last table is the insert sports. Copy that one, insert sports, and the column name is sport name. Copy that one, paste here, and the parameter is the sport name. Sport name. Let's execute this stored procedure. Click go, and the store procedure is created successfully. Notice the multiple insert records. You see at the top, the multiple insert records, which is our routine name, store procedure name, has been created. Now with the help of this stored procedure, I will insert the records into these three tables at a time using checkbox values. So let's start the coding part. Before creating a Django application, first we'll create a new folder in this local disk D drive. Right click the mouse. I'm selecting new and folder. And the folder name is insert records checkbox. Let's browse this folder. Right now this folder contains empty. Now let's create a new Django web application in this folder. I'm using Visual Studio Code to create a Django web application. First, we'll add the folder name which we have created in the D drive. Open file and select open folder. And from the dialog box, let's select the folder name, insert record checkbox, select folder. and the folder is successfully added to our Explorer panel in the Visual Studio. And at the right side we got the welcome page. Let's close this welcome page. Right now this folder contains 0 files, empty files. Let's create a new web application, Django web application in this folder. Go to View, select Terminal, and here we got a terminal which is a command prompt. If you notice, the path is a D drive and this one is our project folder. So now let's create the Django web application. Django -admin start project, and the project name is checkbox multiple insert, enter, and checkbox multiple insert is my application name, and here the application is created successfully in this folder. Let me expand this application, and in this application contains one subfolder and one manage.py, which is a Python file. Let me expand this folder, and this subfolder contains some default Python files, settings.py, urls.py. All these files, the Python files and folders, has been created automatically when I create this Django application. So after creating the application, the next step will add one models folder, models page in this subfolder. Right click the mouse, click new file, add models.py, enter, and here we got the models.py page, which is the Python page. Now first let's import the class from Django.db. I'm importing the models class, and this models page contains a class with some properties. So declare a class, insert rec is a class name, models.mmodel, m is capital, colon. Let's define the properties. If you notice, in our store procedure, we have 3 columns, 3 parameters here. So we require 3 parameters. The first one is a column name, copy that one, which is the color name. Column name is equals to models dot char field, the data type is, and I'm adding the max length is equals to 100, and copy this one. This here we require 3 parameters. The second parameter name is the fruit name, copy that one, fruit name, and the third one is the sport name. That's it. Creating the class and properties in this models.py page. Let's save this file, save all. Now we require the views page to call these models. Again, right click the subfolder, select new file. The file name is a views.py, enter. And in this views.py, first let's add the required classes from Django.shortcuts import. I'm importing the render class from the shortcuts. This render class is used to render our HTML templates on the browser. And the next template, next class we require the models from the models page. This models page is in this project, so we need to add the project name, the application name, dot models import. From this models, I'm adding the class name, copy that one and paste here. So now we require the function name. Let's define function, save checkbox, so checkbox values request, request colon, if request dot method double equals to, between double quotes I'm adding the method post colon. So what values we are posting? The selected checkbox values. So here request dot, I want to post the post values we are getting from the get method between single quotes, and here I'm adding the names, the same names I'm adding, the call name, let's copy this one, we require two more, and the last end we didn't require, add column here, the second post get method which is the fruit name, copy that one, fruit name, and sport name, copy that one and paste here. So next step, now the next step, we need to save the records, so we declare one variable save values is equals to, save values is a object, and I'm adding the class name. So let's declare the properties from the models class. Save values dot call name is equals to, let's copy this one, paste here, save values dot fruit name is equals to, just copy this one, save values dot sport name is equals to, just copy this one and paste here. After that, I'm using store procedure to insert the records into multiple tables. So we require the class, the connection class here from Django.db import connection class. So after adding this connection class, now let's create the object here, object cursor is equals to, cursor is a variable here, connection dot cursor method. Now let's call the store procedure to execute cursor dot execute method between double quotes. I'm calling my store procedure, the store procedure name is multiple insert records, copy that one and paste here, multiple insert records, and the parameters we need to add between single quotes, double quotes, plus plus. Here the parameters we are getting from this, the color names we are getting from here, this variable, comma, let's copy this one, paste here and paste here. Fruit name and checkbox sport name, for the sport name. Color name, fruit name and sport name. And here we don't require this comma here. Make sure the parenthesis for this one, the function method, and this execute method. After that, so once the record is inserted successfully, this function return, I want to render, request the template name, here the request between single quotes, I'm adding my template which is the HTML page. So let's create a new HTML page, To create the HTML pages, we need to save in a special folder called templates folder. So now between these single quotes, we'll add our template or HTML page. So let's add the HTML pages to our project. In Django web application, when we want to add the HTML pages, there is a special folder we need to add which is called templates. So let's first create a templates folder. Select the application name, right click the mouse, click new folder, add the templates folder, and in this templates folder we'll add our HTML pages. Right click the mouse, click new file, index.html. Let's copy that one and paste here. Here we got the index.html, and in the views also we need to add the index.html. That's it. And in the else part, colon, let's copy this one. That's it. Let's save this file. Save all. Now the next step, we need to configure the URLs. So in the project we have the urls.py page. We open that one. In the urls.py, first let's add the new path between single quotes, which is our home page now, because in the single quotes I'm not adding any value here. Views, the template we are getting from this function name. So copy that one and paste here. So this views page, first we need to import from .import views. That's it. Let's save this file. Save all. Now the next step is most important. We need to configure our database settings. We need to install the template, and we need to configure our template section also. For that, open settings.py. In the settings.py, come to the bottom. In the install_apps, let's add our application name. Our application name is Checkbox multiple insert. This is our project name, application name. Copy that one and paste here. And the next one, come to the template section. In the template section there is a directories. I want to add the templates to the root directory, base directory. So os.path and dot join method. In the join method, the first parameter is a base directory, comma, the second parameter takes the folder name which contains our templates. So templates, yeah, this folder name we have to add here. And the final step, come to the databases section. If you notice in this database, it configured the default database is a SQLite 3, but we are using MySQL, which is PHP myadmin. So delete SQLite 3, add MySQL, and in the name delete this default line code between single quotes. Here the name is our database name. Our database name is we don't require this one. Let's close this one. It's a sample DB. Let's copy this one, sample DB, and paste here. After that we require the user colon single quotes. The user is a root colon. The next one is the password. Here the password I'm leaving blank because I don't have any password to log into my PHP myadmin database. If you have any password, please enter between these single quotes, comma. The next one is a host also be required. Host colon, the host name is a local host, and also we require the port number. Port colon, the port of MySQL is 3306. And the final section, is the options we require. The options colon between curly braces, single quotes, init underscore command colon between double quotes. I'm setting the SQL mode here. Set SQL underscore mode is equals to between single quotes strict underscore trans underscore tables. That's it. We have configured the databases, our template section, and we have installed our application name also in this settings.py. Let's save this file. Save all. Now the last step, open index.html page. Now let's add the HTML code here. Doc type. I'm closing the HTML tag. Inside the HTML, I'm adding the header section. In the header section, we have the title tag, title, and the title is insert multiple checkbox values into multiple tables. This is my title. After the header section, I'm adding the body tag. Inside the body, I'm adding center tag. The center tag. Now let's add the headings h1. How to insert multiple. Instead of writing this one, I'm copying this title. I'm pasting here, and the second heading h2 Django web tutorials. After that, I'm adding horizontal line. Now after the horizontal line, I'm adding the checkbox controls. The first one is we have 3 tables. So the first one, I'm adding the colors. So colors, colors. Let's put this in the bold tag. It's a label. After that, I'm adding the checkbox element. Input type is equals to checkbox, and the value is equals to the colors is first one. I'm adding the black color. Let's copy this one black, add to the value, and copy this one, paste here, paste here, paste here. Just for the demo purpose, I'm adding only 4 checkbox elements. The second one is the white. Copy this one white and paste here. The value also same. Red. The value is red and blue. Blue. Copy that one and paste here. After that, I'm adding horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I'm adding one simple text box element. The selected checkbox values I want to display in the text box before insert the records. So here I'm adding input type is equals to text box text, and this text is the read only because I want to get only the selected checkboxes values here in this checkbox, in this text box. After that, let's add the another headshot tag. Now let's get the another checkboxes for the second table. The second table is insert fruits. So here what I'm doing, just I'm adding fruits here, the label name, and the fruit names are apple. Copy that one, The value is apple, banana. Copy the banana and paste here. And third one is a mango. Copy that one and paste here. And the fourth one is a grapes. Copy that one and paste here. Let's declare the last one. Last table is the last table is and the last table is the sports. So let's add here the sports. First one is a cricket. Copy the cricket, paste here. The second one is rugby. Copy that one and paste here. Third one, the sport I'm adding is a tennis. Copy this one and paste here. The last checkbox of the sports is running. Copy running and paste here. And we require one button control. So let's add horizontal line. Then add one simple button control, submit button control. The type is submit, and the value of the button control is the insert values. Let's close the button control. That's it. Now before adding the selected checkbox values, to get the selected checkbox values and insert the records into database, we'll check the basic output, how it looks, the designing part on the browser. So before run the server, first let's save all the files in this application. Then come to this command prompt, which is a terminal. Make sure give the path with our project name. So this is our project name, copy that one. cd change directory. I'm adding my project name to this folder. Now let's run the server. Python manage.py, run server, enter. And see here, after we run the server, we don't find any issues, and below that we got our web server link. Control plus mouse click. And here we got the output of our application. Notice the header tags, the colors heading, and we got the checkbox values. I can uncheck. So now we got the 4 checkbox control for the first table, these checkbox controls for the second table, and this checkbox control for the third table. Now my next step is, when a user selects any selected checkbox value, the selected value, checkbox value, I want to display in this text box control. After that, I will insert the values into these tables. So I'm implementing the jQuery functionality to get the selected checkbox values into this text box control. So when we are implementing the jQuery functionality, we require the latest jQuery CDN link. So to get the jQuery latest CDN links, open a new tab, search for latest jQuery CDN Google, enter. And from the search results, notice the first one is a hosted libraries. Let's select that one. And in the Google hosted libraries, notice the libraries, we got the script. Let's copy this jQuery script. Copy that one. The version I'm using the jQuery is 3.4.1. just copy the script and add in our HTML page between the header section. For that, let's add the snippet script, close the script tag. Now inside the script, let's add dollar document dot ready function, let's close this ready function with the semicolon. Now inside this function, I want to get the selected checkbox values, so let's add the name here, name, not the name, class is equals to, in double quotes, chk colors. Let's copy this class, add to the rest of the checkbox elements for the colors, and copy this check colors dollar between single quotes. When we want to add the HTML element IDs or classes in the jQuery, we need to prefix with dot. The dot, when we are using the class names, the class name is a chk colors dot check colors dot click function. I want to click function, let's close this click function. Now in the click function, I am declaring a variable to hold the selected checkbox values. Variable text is equals to, between double quotes, semicolon. I want to display only the selected checkbox values in the text box control. So again, dollar between single quotes, dollar the check colors, the class name, colon, the property is the check dot each function, each is a function, each function, let's close this each function. Now let's add the selected each checkbox values to this text. So text plus is equals to, here the plus is equals to, the plus I am adding, we are selecting more than one checkbox value. So text plus is equals to dollar this dot val function plus between double quotes, I want to separate the selected values with the comma, semicolon. And now the text values, whatever we have holded in this variable, I want to display in this text box control, text box element. So add id for the text box, id is equals to text colors. Let's copy this one, text colors, and after the each function, dollar between single quotes. Now I am adding the ID of the text box control, so we need to prefix with hash dot the values we are getting from this variable text semicolon. Now here I am adding one more condition, is the last selected checkbox value also we are getting comma, because we we are adding comma here, so I'm substituting this last index value. So text is equals to text dot substring method. The substring method takes two parameters. First one is the position 0, the starting number, comma, and the ending number I want to substring. So that ending number we are getting from this text dot length minus 1, the last value from this text. That's it. Let's save this file. Save all. Now we check the output. Insert multiple checkbox. I'm reloading the browser. Now let's select the white. See, here we got white, black, red. If I unselect red, black and white. Now let's apply for these both checkbox controls also. Come to the bottom. For the second checkbox controls, table fruits, add the class name here. Class is equals to the class I'm adding chk fruits. So copy this class and add to the remaining checkbox elements for the fruits. Fruits. And we require the ID also. ID is equals to text fruits. Go to top, copy this from click function, paste here, and this snippet for the second checkbox control. Let's replace the class name with the check fruits. Copy that one. Check fruits. This one also check fruits. And we have to change the text ID. Text fruits. Again, we require the class for the sports checkbox controls. Class is equals to check sports, and copy this class, paste here, paste here, and paste here. And we require the ID also. ID is equals to text sports. And go to top. Let's add the snippet, Joker snippet for the sports. We require the check sports. Copy that one, paste here, and this one also paste here. And we need to change the label. The label is the text sports. Copy that one and paste here. Now when I click the button control, I want to display the alert message that the selected values are inserted successfully. For that I am creating another jQuery snippet, dollar document, not document here, let's add between single quotes hash. I'm adding the button ID, so let's add the button control ID is equals to but1. So copy this one, but1, the ID of the button control, copy it and paste here, but1 dot click function, let's close with the semicolon this click function. Now inside this click function I'm adding the alert message, records inserted successfully. The alert message will display when I click the button control. Now here come to the body section. After the colors, after the horizontal line, what I'm doing, I'm adding one form tag because we are posting the data. So the form method, we need to add the post. Let's close that one. This form tag I'm adding after the button control, and again go to the top to the form tag. After the post, form method post, I'm adding one important code line, percentage CSRF underscore token. In Django, when we want to post the data, we need to add this token, otherwise we'll get an error. This CSRF underscore token, it protects our data from the hackers. So that's it. We've done the complete coding part. Let's save this file, save all. Now let's switch over to the browser. I'm reloading the browser. Now let's check the final output. I'm selecting the colors checkbox. I'm selecting black, red and blue, and from the fruits I'm selecting mango, apple and banana, and from the sports I'm selecting cricket, tennis. So let's insert these values. Before insert the values, let's check browser insert colors. Right now this insert colors zeros, as well as the insert fruits and the insert sports. All these three tables contains zeros right now. Let's insert values. So here we got a message, records inserted successfully. Click OK. Let's check the first table, the colors. Click browse. So here we got the color names black, red and blue. Now let's check insert fruits. Click browse, and here the selected fruit names are inserted successfully into this insert fruits table. Now let's check the final table, the sports table. Click browse, and here we got something went wrong in the sports, it's not inserted. So let's check and fix that one. The views, values, see here the save values, copy this one, the save values dot sports name, save all. Again the server is reloading. Let's reload the browser again. Now after I reload the browser, let's select the blue, black. I selected only two checkbox values from these colors. Now I'm selecting banana and mango and grapes. Three checkbox controls I have selected from these fruits, and the rugby and running. I have selected only two checkbox from the sports. Let's insert values. Again, I got the message record inserted successfully. Click OK, and records are inserted. Let's check the table. We already added the black, red, and blue. Let's click browse. See the black and blue we have selected. Now in the insert fruits, we already added one record before apple, banana, mango. Now let's check that the new values are inserted or not. So here banana, mango and grapes. We have selected three fruit names from the checkbox control, fruit checkbox controls. And the final step, before the sports name is not saving. Now let's insert browse, and here we got the sport names also. We have selected only two sports names, rugby and running. That's it. We have inserted the selected multiple checkbox values from the multiple checkboxes into multiple tables using stored procedures and jQuery.